Thank you, Anthony, for interviewing with me.
You're welcome.
I have done this a couple of times yesterday,
Hmm.
and so the whole purpose of this is to understand and talk to a person at a deeper level,
Okay.
because till now everyone has a perception that he's a jolly good fellow and he probably is a person who probably you guys don't really understand,
Mhm.
right? So I just wanted to have an understanding of what kind of perception you have of me.
Of you?
Yeah.
Oh, this ain't gonna be that long. Of you, it just open-ended of you particularly.
Yep.
I think you're a talented and skilled individual.
Okay.
I think you have many trades and skills, particularly in photography.
All right.
And then I'm learning in video too. I mean, not only are you a student, but you seem to be an asset to everybody around you, and
Okay.
you make yourself available, and you've assisted a lot of people with their portrait
Right.
shots or whatever you can do for them. So I think you're a great person to know, a great person to network with, and someone long term to stay in contact with.
Okay. Thanks for such a um, happy thought for me.
Yeah.
All right. And I just wanted to know a little bit more about you and a lot of other peers
Okay.
who all have been interviewing. So I start from a question where I say, tell me something about your childhood or probably the most beautiful moment you've had, tears of joy.
Um. So the first question about childhood,
Yep.
I guess the biggest thing to know is I'm a military brat. I was born in California
Okay.
at Fort Ord, a base that doesn't exist anymore. And then I moved around
Okay.
everywhere in the U.S. and the Southwest, from Texas to Tennessee, Kentucky. I even went overseas to Germany
Okay.
and back to Texas. So,
So you went to Germany because your dad was transferred there?
yeah, he was in the military. So I
Okay.
was there from 88 to about 91. I was there when the Berlin Wall came down, actually.
Okay.
So, yeah. I mean, what more about my childhood do you want to know?
So tell me something which in particularly you liked or hated about your school.
About what? Which school?
Any school. Do you have any particular moment which you think, okay, this is something which I really love about this particular school, or something which you hated, or something about, I don't know, high school love probably. That's something which
I
is a thing in America, it seems.
Yeah. Well, it's a thing, but in high school, I'm more of a realist, and I knew we were going separate ways to go
Okay.
to college, so I didn't really fall in love with anybody there.
Okay.
College, I went to a college in a big city in Dallas. It was everything I wanted to be, college student and the military, the ROTC side of the house. So I can't really say that there's anything I didn't like about it.
Okay.
Um,
So would you say you kind of created a boundary while you were in school because you said you didn't want to get involved in relationships? So did you kind of create a boundary or did you just not like someone?
No, I was in a relationship in undergrad. It's not that I didn't like somebody, but I knew what my focus or my objectives were.
Okay.
Get good grades, graduate, and then move on with my life into a career. So,
Okay.
if people weren't moving that way, or I didn't see the same type of ambition, I wasn't interested to
Okay.
begin with. So, yeah. I mean, I was in a relationship my junior and senior year, but it didn't work out because I graduated and went to the Army, and she wanted to go back to living under her mom in Houston.
Okay.
So, I mean, yeah.
Okay.
So that ended. But
So did you do anything specific? Did you play anything, play any instrument?
I was in ROTC for 4 years.
I don't know what RLTC is.
So it's a training program in which you do like leadership and military
Okay.
stuff. And then at the
While you were
end-
in school?
Yeah,
Okay.
and then at the end of 4 years, same time you graduate, you receive your commission in the Army. So I went in the Army as an officer because of the training I had done
Awesome.
in my undergrad years. And they paid for school. They paid for my undergrad.
Oh.
So wasn't too bad. Pretty
Wow.
good deal.
Nice.
Yeah. So.
Okay. So what did you do in college?
I was president of the American Marketing Association for UTA. I was a student council, student governance, business representative for student council for a year. What else did I do? I was a voting member of the business constituency council
Okay.
at the business school. So I basically went and attended meetings that the dean was doing in regards to business school, and
Okay.
spoke on behalf of the business school students.
So did you always knew that you wanted to enter the business field?
It kind of So I went to orientation at UT Arlington as a criminal justice major, and
Okay.
I was supposed to go tour the criminal justice building, and I just realized I was like, that's stupid. So I went ahead and got a business tag and followed the business school around.
Okay.
And from there, I went business. But my freshman year, my my grades were so good, I got to declare my major. So I was an operations management major
Okay.
as a freshman,
Okay.
which is normally reserved for a junior year.
Oh.
So
Okay.
I was already on that defined path.
So it goes freshman, junior, sophomore, senior.
Freshman, sophomore, junior, senior.
Okay. All right. So you were 2 years ahead of the game.
And I was about a semester and a half ahead of undergrad because I took local community college classes in lieu of high school classes. So I got both credit.
At once. So you kind of jumped a couple of years.
About a semester and a half.
Okay.
I was a semester and a half ahead.
Nice.
So, which meant in my junior and senior year I could be picky about classes, and I didn't need to worry about taking 18 hours or whatnot. So.
That's nice. See, I'm going to learn so much about you.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Definitely.
What else? What do you like to eat?
Eat?
Yep. And in specific.
It depends on what mood I'm in. I'm a steak connoisseur, so I go to like steakhouses.
Okay.
And I'm not talking about like Logan's or Red Lobster. I go find a steakhouse where I can pay $130 to $180 for a plate. And
do you have any in Williamsburg?
Opus 9 is probably the best thing I've seen so far.
Okay.
And then there's a couple of steakhouses on Richmond Road that are pretty good. Was it Jerry's Seafood or whatever?
Okay.
They're pretty good.
So when you say steaks, I don't understand steaks. So is it always cow or can it be chicken or anything?
So a steak is a cow. Well, there's different types of steaks, but if you're talking about a steak, you're talking about the cow. And it's actually the one of the best cuts of meat from, I think it's the back hind rib. I can't remember off the diagram. But yeah. And then if I'm in the mood, I look for a Mexican place. I don't go to Taco Bell. I don't go to On the Border or any of those. I go look for the Jalisco or something of that, like official Mexican place.
Okay.
It's normally in a building like nobody knows about except, the locals that go to it. So if I'm eating Mexican food, I go eat that.
All right.
And I'm a huge fan of seafood. And when I'm near the ocean, I look for crab legs.
Okay.
But
right. So when you say crab legs, we have I don't know, like just the crab legs, because back in India I have eaten crabs, but whenever I ask for crabs, they serve me the whole crabs, like with the arms, the tentacles, the body.
So we have that, and it depends on where. So if I'm eating Creole, I can eat the whole crab. They season and everything. But
At what you're supposed to give me feedback regarding in this past conversation, at what point of levels did you connect with me? All right, and where all did you think I went deeper in the conversation, and you would remember that Shantanu had asked me this.
Okay. I thought you went deeper when you started talking about my childhood and specifically asked me about my past. And then I would say when we started talking about food and then the steak and then what part of the cow, whether it was cow.
Okay.
Like just getting more depth and more answer to that question. And then what was the other part of your question?
Where all did you think you connected with?
Yeah, childhood and talking about the steak.
Okay.
You said silver and interesting. I thought you were about to dive into something there. I think that was the opportunity, but you didn't say anything.
Yeah, I didn't say because it was a rapid fire, so I had to stop myself. Rapid fire, back to the question.
Yeah. So, but other than that, yeah, I think you connected with me on those two questions.
Okay. All right. And do you think I should change the way I talk in any way so that I connect at a better level to all the people I talk to? Because personally, I feel I'm not able to connect to people, especially in America.
Okay.
So that is something which I'm trying to improve.
I would say, let's go back to when you asked me about steak. And you say, I say, I like steak. Well, that's interesting. What aspect of a steak? You know what I mean? Just take that question and more of number one, what I see is compliment the person.
Okay.
And then ask for more into that.
Okay.
So when someone asks me a question, I normally say, that's an excellent question. And I give you know what I mean? That builds that rapport that, rapport. You know what I mean? That you didn't just give me a robot answer or something. It gives them a warm feeling about it.
All right.
And then just go into it like that. So,
right.
But yeah, other than that, I think you did well.
Thank you. Thank you for improving my communication skills.
No worries.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
All right.